being raised in Ohio, this exhibition is really centered around Ohio, but it also goes well beyond the state and even the country. When I first learned how to blow glass at Bowling Green State University in Northern Ohio, I had no concept that my first major exhibition would be at the Toledo Art Museum and then the Cincinnati Art Museum, and I had really no idea that after that I'd be building a portable furnace to take to the streets of Paris, to the island of Hawaii, and a whole bunch of places across the country. And so as I've been doing those travels, collecting these stories and bringing them together into projects, what I felt like with this exhibition, it was important to tell the story of leaving home and traveling abroad and then coming back and sharing that story with my community. When you walk in, the first exhibition is 25 years of developing technical proficiency with glass. It's the bowls and the vases that I have created from day one all the way to today. When you go through that exhibit, you end in the main hall, which is, I call it glass through the lens of an artist. And it touches upon the story of glass, how we've used it in the many hundreds and even thousands of years, and how we are continuing to use it into the future, and how my story ties in with that as far as where glass has taken me and how these different technological advances have tied into inspiration in my work. The third exhibition is centered on waste through art, and that is in the rear hall of the Art Center, and it extends into the bathrooms. And so that work essentially is a curation of not just my art, but a number of other people who have kind of posed the question of what is art? Whether it was Andy Warhol, Marcel Duchamp, it's artists who have not only worked with the theme of waste and the toilet, but who have pushed the boundaries of what can be considered art. The final installation behind this wall of color is a piece that I call Tears of Life, and it really is about a 10-year journey, because the first tears that I ever created, they were blue. It was in the color fields of blue. But as soon as I went to Paris, I was working with these bottles, so it was primarily greens and golds. And over the course of the next 10 years, in the different locations, I created different colors. It's bringing all of these colors together into one piece. And so one of the things that's exciting about this is that I've begun to smash these pieces. It sounds a little contradictory, but I've been blowing all these tears for all these years, and in the last exhibit of this Tears of Life, what I ended up using as a metaphor was these tears being a cocoon for something else to come. And so I was smashing these things open and having butterflies fill the gallery. The commonality of what I'm doing, it comes down to the people, which can also come down to glass. You know, we don't necessarily think of ourselves like glass, but glass has been one of the greatest teachers to me as far as learning patience, learning perseverance, learning fragility, learning to see beyond what I can see with my eye and look into lenses, whether it's another person or into outer space. Well, there's a ton of people to thank in this exhibition, people who have helped make this journey possible, whether it's the Egyptians who started to learn how to take fire and transform sand into glass, or it's people in this art center right here in Middletown and everything in between. One of the thanks I really want to throw out there is to America, who's helping to fund this exhibition with their celebration of 250 years of being a country. The state of Ohio helped fund this grant, which is being funded by the United States to make this exhibition possible. Thank you.